Have you ever found yourself longing for a moment of peace amidst the chaos of everyday life? Do you feel a deep yearning to connect with something greater than yourself? In a world that is constantly buzzing with activity and noise, it's easy to overlook the profound power of solitude. But what if I told you that within the quiet depths of solitude lies a path to spiritual awakening? The concept of solitude has often been misunderstood, associated with feelings of loneliness or isolation. However, true solitude is not about being alone. It's about being alone with yourself. It's a deliberate choice to step away from the distractions of the external world and turn inward, embarking on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. When we immerse ourselves in solitude, we create a sacred space where we can confront our thoughts, emotions, and deepest desires. It is in this space that we begin to peel away the layers of our ego and rediscover our authentic selves. Solitude acts as a catalyst for personal transformation, allowing us to shed the masks we wear in our daily lives and connect with our true essence. One of the most profound gifts of solitude is the power of silence. In a world filled with constant chatter and background noise, silence has become a rare commodity. But it is in the absence of external stimuli that we can truly tune into our inner voice. When we embrace silence, we create an opportunity for deep introspection and self-reflection. In the stillness of solitude, we can observe our thoughts without judgment, witnessing the patterns and beliefs that shape our reality. By bringing awareness to our mental landscape, we gain clarity and insight into our true nature. Silence becomes a tool for self-discovery, helping us navigate the complex terrain of our inner world. Moreover, silence has a profound impact on our physical and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that regular periods of silence can reduce stress levels, lower blood pressure, and improve cognitive function. When we allow ourselves to bask in the tranquility of silence, we tap into a deep well of inner peace and rejuvenation. To fully reap the benefits of solitude, it is essential to temporarily disconnect from the world around us. In our modern era, we are constantly bombarded with stimuli from technology, social media, and the demands of daily life. These distractions can pull us away from our inner selves and hinder our ability to connect with our spiritual essence. By intentionally unplugging from the world, we create a sacred space for solitude. This means setting aside our devices, limiting our exposure to external influences, and carving out time dedicated solely to ourselves. It may feel uncomfortable at first, as we have become accustomed to the constant buzz of activity. But as we settle into the stillness, we begin to rediscover the beauty of our own company. Disconnecting from the world does not mean completely isolating ourselves from others. Rather, it is about creating healthy boundaries and prioritizing our own well-being. It is about recognizing that in order to show up fully for others, we must first nurture our own spiritual growth. By disconnecting from the external world, we create the space necessary to reconnect with our inner selves. As we delve deeper into solitude, we may encounter aspects of ourselves that we have long avoided. Solitude has a way of bringing our fears and insecurities to the surface, forcing us to confront them head-on. This can be a daunting experience, as we may have spent years running from our shadows and hiding behind the distractions of the external world. However, it is through facing our fears that we cultivate true courage and resilience. When we allow ourselves to sit with the discomfort and explore the root of our fears, we begin to dismantle the barriers that have held us back. We learn that our fears are often based on false beliefs and limiting stories we have told ourselves. Solitude provides a safe container for this inner work. In the absence of external judgment or expectations, we can be honest with ourselves and explore the depths of our psyche. As we shine a light on our fears, we begin to see them for what they truly are: opportunities for growth and transformation. Through the process of facing our fears, we develop a deeper sense of self-trust and self-reliance. We learn that we have the strength to navigate even the darkest corners of our being. We discover that within us lies a wellspring of courage and resilience waiting to be tapped. Solitude offers an ideal environment for cultivating mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment. In the busyness of daily life, our minds are often scattered, jumping from one thought to the next, rarely settling into the present. Mindfulness invites us to anchor ourselves in the here and now, observing our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. When we practice mindfulness in solitude, we create a sacred space for inner stillness. We learn to observe the fluctuations of our mind without judgment, recognizing that thoughts come and go like passing clouds. By bringing our attention back to the present moment, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and clarity. Mindfulness in solitude also helps us develop a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us. As we become more attuned to our own presence, we begin to notice the subtleties of our experience. We become more aware of our bodily sensations, our breath, and the gentle whispers of our intuition. This heightened awareness expands beyond ourselves, allowing us to appreciate the beauty and interconnectedness of all things. The practice of mindfulness in solitude is not about striving for a particular outcome or achieving a state of blissful emptiness. Rather, it is about cultivating a curious and compassionate relationship with ourselves. It is about learning to be present with whatever arises, whether it is joy, sorrow, or anything in between. Through mindfulness, we develop the capacity to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and equanimity. Meditation is a powerful tool for navigating the depths of solitude. It is a practice that has been used for centuries to cultivate inner peace, clarity, and spiritual connection. When we meditate in solitude, we create a sacred space for self-exploration and transformation. The practice of meditation involves focusing our attention on a chosen object, such as the breath, a mantra, or a visualization. By anchoring our awareness in the present moment, we begin to observe the workings of our mind without getting entangled in them. We learn to witness our thoughts and emotions as they arise, recognizing their impermanent nature. Through regular meditation practice, we develop a greater sense of control over our mental landscape. We learn to redirect our attention from the constant chatter of the mind to the stillness that resides within. As we cultivate this inner stillness, we access deeper states of consciousness and spiritual insight. Meditation in solitude also helps us cultivate qualities such as patience, compassion, and equanimity. As we sit with ourselves in silence, we learn to embrace the full spectrum of our experience, including the uncomfortable and challenging aspects. We develop the capacity to respond to life's ups and downs with greater resilience and grace. It is important to approach meditation with a sense of curiosity and openness, rather than striving for a particular outcome. The practice of meditation is a journey of self-discovery, and each individual's experience will be unique. By committing to a regular meditation practice in solitude, we gradually peel away the layers of our conditioned mind and connect with the essence of our being. Spending time in nature during periods of solitude can be incredibly healing and transformative. When we immerse ourselves in the natural world, we tap into a source of wisdom and inspiration that is often overlooked in our modern technology-driven lives. Nature has a way of grounding us and reminding us of our place in the grand scheme of things. As we walk through a forest, sit by a babbling stream, or gaze up at the vast expanse of the night sky, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all life. We recognize that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, and this realization can be deeply humbling and awe-inspiring. In the presence of nature, we find a sense of peace and perspective that is often elusive in our daily lives. The gentle rustling of leaves, the soft chirping of birds, and the whisper of the wind become a soothing balm for our overactive minds. As we attune ourselves to the rhythms of the natural world, we begin to sync our own inner rhythms with the pulse of the earth. Nature also offers us a mirror for self-reflection. As we observe the cycles of growth, decay, and renewal in the world around us, we are reminded of the impermanence of all things. We see the resilience of a tiny seedling pushing through the soil, the adaptability of a bird navigating changing weather patterns, and the regenerative power of a forest after a wildfire. These observations become metaphors for our own lives, inviting us to embrace change and trust in the inherent wisdom of the universe. Spending time in nature during solitude can take many forms. It may involve hiking a scenic trail, practicing yoga in a peaceful meadow, or simply sitting in stillness beneath a majestic tree. The key is to allow ourselves to be fully present, engaging all of our senses and opening ourselves to the teachings of the natural world. As we cultivate a deeper connection with nature, we begin to recognize the sacredness of all life. We develop a profound sense of reverence and responsibility for the planet we call home. This connection becomes a source of strength and inspiration, guiding us to live in greater harmony with ourselves and the world around us. In the stillness of solitude, we have the opportunity to tune into the whispers of our inner guidance. We all possess an innate wisdom that resides within us, a compass that points us towards our true north. However, in the noise and distractions of daily life, this inner voice can be easily drowned out. Solitude provides a sacred space for us to listen deeply to our intuition. As we quiet the external chatter and turn our attention inward, we begin to hear the subtle promptings of our soul. This inner guidance may come in the form of a gut feeling, a sudden insight, or a gentle nudge towards a particular path. Trusting our intuition requires a leap of faith. It means learning to discern between the voice of our ego, which is often based on fear and limitation, and the voice of our higher self, which is rooted in love and wisdom. As we practice listening to our inner guidance in solitude, we develop a stronger connection to our authentic self. Our inner guidance is not always logical or rational. It may lead us down paths that seem unconventional or even risky. However, when we align ourselves with our true path, we experience a sense of deep fulfillment and purpose. We recognize that our inner wisdom is a direct line to the divine intelligence that permeates all of creation. Cultivating a strong connection to our inner guidance requires regular practice and patience. It involves creating space for stillness and reflection, and learning to trust the subtle messages that arise. As we navigate the ups and downs of life, our inner guidance becomes a reliable source of support and direction. Listening to our inner guidance in solitude also helps us develop a deeper sense of self-trust. We learn to rely on our own inner knowing, rather than constantly seeking validation from external sources. This self-trust becomes a foundation for living a life that is authentic and aligned with our deepest values. The insights and revelations that arise during periods of solitude are not meant to remain confined to those sacred moments. They are meant to be integrated into our daily lives, informing the way we show up in the world and interact with others. As we return from solitude, we may feel a renewed sense of clarity and purpose. We may have gained valuable insights into our patterns of thought and behavior, and discovered new ways of being that are more aligned with our authentic self. The challenge then becomes translating these insights into practical action. Integration requires a willingness to make conscious choices in our daily lives. It means being mindful of our thoughts, words, and actions, and aligning them with the wisdom we have gained in solitude. It may involve setting healthy boundaries, cultivating more meaningful relationships, or pursuing a new path that resonates with our soul's calling. Integration also involves being gentle with ourselves as we navigate the inevitable challenges and setbacks that arise. We may slip back into old patterns or encounter resistance from others as we make changes in our lives. In these moments, it is important to remember the insights we gained in solitude and to trust in the unfolding of our journey. Integrating the lessons of solitude into daily life is an ongoing process. It requires a commitment to self-reflection and a willingness to make conscious choices that honor our highest truth. As we navigate this path, we begin to embody the qualities of presence, compassion, and authenticity in all aspects of our lives. As we explore the depths of solitude, we begin to recognize its transformative power. Solitude is not just a temporary retreat from the world. It is a catalyst for profound spiritual awakening and personal growth. Through the practice of solitude, we undergo a process of shedding layers of conditioning and beliefs that no longer serve us. We confront our shadows and fears, and learn to embrace all aspects of ourselves with compassion and acceptance. As we peel away the masks we wear in the world, we uncover the radiant essence of our being. Solitude helps us cultivate a deeper connection to our own inner wisdom and the divine intelligence that permeates all of creation. We learn to trust the whispers of our intuition and align ourselves with our true path. This connection becomes a guiding light, illuminating the way forward even in the darkest of times. As we regularly immerse ourselves in solitude, we undergo a profound shift in perspective. We begin to see the world through the lens of unity and interconnectedness, recognizing that we are all part of a greater whole. This realization inspires us to live with greater compassion, empathy, and reverence for all of life. The transformative power of solitude extends beyond our individual lives. As we awaken to our true nature and live from a place of authenticity, we become agents of change in the world. We inspire others through our presence and actions and contribute to the collective awakening of humanity. It is important to remember that the journey of solitude is not a linear path. It is a spiral of growth and expansion, with moments of clarity and moments of confusion. It is a process of unfolding, of shedding layers and discovering new depths of our being. The key is to approach solitude with an open heart and a curious mind, trusting in the wisdom of the journey. Solitude is a doorway to spiritual awakening and self-discovery. It is a sacred invitation to turn inward, to confront our shadows, and to connect with the divine essence that resides within us all. By embracing the power of solitude, we embark on a transformative journey that has the potential to reshape our lives and the world around us. As we navigate the path of solitude, we learn to embrace silence as a tool for self-reflection and inner growth. We cultivate mindfulness, learning to be fully present in the moment and attuned to the subtleties of our experience. We face our fears with courage and compassion, recognizing them as opportunities for transformation. Through the practice of meditation, we access deeper states of consciousness and cultivate inner peace. We connect with the wisdom of nature, recognizing the sacredness of all life and our place in the greater web of existence. We learn to listen to the whispers of our inner guidance, trusting in the unfolding of our unique path. The insights and revelations that arise in solitude are meant to be integrated into our daily lives, informing the way we show up in the world. As we align our thoughts, words, and actions with our highest truth, we become a beacon of light for others. We inspire change through our presence and contribute to the collective awakening of humanity. The journey of solitude is a lifelong path of unfolding and discovery. It requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. But as we navigate this path, we uncover the profound mysteries of our own being and connect with the divine essence that permeates all of creation. So, dear seeker, I invite you to embark on this sacred journey of solitude. Trust in the wisdom of your own soul and the guidance of the universe. Allow yourself to be transformed by the power of solitude, and watch as your life unfolds in miraculous ways. Remember, the path to spiritual awakening is not always easy, but it is always worth it. May your journey of solitude be filled with moments of profound insight, deep healing, and boundless love. May you rediscover the radiant essence of your being and awaken to the truth of who you really are. And may you emerge from solitude with a renewed sense of purpose, ready to share your gifts with the world. The mystery of solitude awaits you. Are you ready to step into its transformative embrace?